I can spend at a rate of 1 per day plus 1 per session, which sometimes is multiple days in one session.
Yep. Okay, I've started the recording, so I know a bunch of people said they were going to be late, so we're just going to get going, and... because there's
Swear words.
plenty to do. Alright, so... with that being said, welcome everybody to session 22 of Kingdom Hearts Death by Waking. And now, officially, what happened last time? And since Dan's here and he doesn't know, I'll leave it to you three to fill him in.
Responsibility happened.
We're important, apparently.
Protagonist
Yeah.
important. Madness.
We are substantially more important than any of us thought we were.
So we have to save,
Everyone. We
Yeah.
We have to save
everyone. We have to collect the Infinity Stones. There's 6 of them. Once we put them back together, they will form Kingdom Hearts and banish the darkness and restore the light.
And also let us finger snap and change the universe.
Well, we don't know that part, but...
Steve said that part.
Steve did say that part.
Oh, okay.
Rather, Steve told Muriala that part. And Mute was also present.
Also,
Yeah.
also to clarify from last time, because I'm assuming your character would remember this tidbit of information because, like, no time has passed. It's the light half of Kingdom Hearts that is in those
How many
stones.
days did we have for training between over the course of last session? This session?
15 you had last time.
Also, Master Envy is the God Emperor of mankind.
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
So that means we have
Well,
no
hopefully
god.
she's not literally devouring, like, more than just Lux for that to maintain this, but...
So we have no goddamn clue where the dark half of Kingdom Hearts is.
I swear, if there's, like, a dark 6 Infinity Stones...
That's just table flip leave.
Or
Let's
it's in a
just
bunch
table
of,
this for now.
Or it's in a bunch of unrelated evil artifacts like the Cauldron.
I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm not answering that question, but you were not privy to that information
I
presently.
do want to go after the Cauldron, the book, and figure out what the fuck happened there. Still worried about that, but Death Star is probably higher priority, or whatever we determined was higher priority is higher priority.
Mhm.
I
Everyone
think we
wanted
determined the
to
Death Star because it can literally, like, blow worlds up. And also, I need to save Wilbur.
I'm
Yeah,
still not
that-
convinced actually
That, and then we
that part.
potentially have to deal with Xanatos after.
Which, now the whole party has to save Wilbur because he'll probably be able to help us find the Time Stone. Because he was the last person that we know possessed it.
Well,
Because I'm not counting Terran chucking it out of a spaceship.
okay, that's what I was going to ask. Well, technically,
I was going to point that out. No, Terror definitely had it in his hands for like a
I
grand
don't
total of 30
count picking
seconds.
up a rock and throwing it as possessing the rock.
Mhm.
Fair. Okay, so a little bit of an expanded recap besides that bit. So everybody did their own thing, kind of training. Webby and Muriala had this adventure into the Anguius Union where they met the foreteller Master Envy and got that information about Kingdom Hearts and the Infinity Stones, which kind of well rounds everybody's knowledge of Infinity Stones. So effectively, you guys out what you guys know of the Infinity Stones out of character, you guys now know in character. So I don't have to whitewash that effectively anymore.
Yeah.
Mute, Mute, Coco, and Orion, and I'm assuming you two, Dan, for at least some stretches, were on the bayou, mostly meditating. Mute was doing book dives, and on the 15th day, the three of them ran into a Keyblade wielder named Ellie, who
Is the best.
It's totally not evil.
has some anger issues.
Muriala and
okay.
Orion think this is the best Keyblade wielder they have ever met. That should say something.
Yeah,
I thought I was the best Keyblade wielder you'd ever met.
that is immediately terrifying.
If you want to hear about her, it's the last half hour of that session.
Okay.
Otherwise, you guys dropped off the Thunder Squad. They said they would get back to you guys once their lieutenant had set a meeting place with the Revolution because they're constantly changing locations based off of where the known location of the quote-unquote World Eater is. And they just got back to you on day 15.
All right. So, do I get to fly a TIE fighter?
You don't even know what a TIE... Actually, no, you guys have seen TIE fighters.
Mhm.
Do I
Yeah.
get to fly a spaceship fighter thing? Because I've seen those, I think.
You might need to. Depends on what the Revolution needs. They like keeping everybody together in squads. This is Zaxu talking, by the way. Do I have his image up?
Thanks, Zaxu.
Yep. Oh. So yeah, you guys all board Dr. Boy's ship. Are you gonna head off to the Revolution, or are you going to go do something else beforehand?
I think we should. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if we want to try to upgrade the ship's guns a little bit, but I don't know how much effect that's going to have on a space station.
Upgrade your defenses.
My defenses are already. I mean, I have a 3rd-tier cockpit, which I think is.
It's as good as you're getting right now. You need to up your tech level and then
Upgrade your ability to steer the ship through narrow corridors. I feel like we might need to do that.
I have 2nd-tier. I have decent thrusters. Like I have 2nd-tier thrusters.
Why is telekinesis so expensive?
because it's good. Also in the background, still, piddling with money. I'm Scrooge McDuck.
We know
No,
you are.
we attached him to the prow of the ship.
Didn't that kill him?
We did
Painfully.
not. We did not attach him to the prow of the ship. My ship.
Like, can we not torture the tiny
He's not tiny.
golem?
He's Scrooge McDuck sized.
I refuse to take off with a duck robot.
I thought
attached
he
to one of my ship.
I thought he shrank.
No, he did not shrink. He's the
For
exact.
some reason in my head, I thought he shrank.
No, he's twice the size of Webby, sitting in a pile of gold with torn out feathers that reveal a golem underneath, but still Scrooge McDuck shape. Also, you now have a ship cook that everybody convinced to stay on. Dan, you have Aardvark Kronk constantly making spinach puffs.
We really need to turn him back into at some point.
I take a marker and I draw a mustache on the Scrooge McDuck automaton.
I am Scrooge McDuck
He needs a goatee, Webby.
I'm putting him in the cargo hold.
with his money.
Sure.
Bye, fake Scrooge McDuck.
I am not the fake Scrooge McDuck. I am the real Scrooge McDuck. You're the fake Scrooge Slams door.
That sounds about right.
Mhm.
Kronk, do you have any more spinach puffs I can drown my irritation in?
He reaches into his apron and pulls out some freshly steaming spinach puffs.
You
You're the
really need to
best.
drown irritation?
Yes.
HT
Don't
roll.
most people drown sorrows?
HT roll, Dr. Boy.
This is gonna go badly.
Make a con save.
Fail by 2.
These are the most oh, I'm sorry. It was supposed to be an HT -6. Whatever.
Well, I failed either way, so.
These are the most amazing things you have ever tasted in your life. You need more of them immediately now.
Kronk, you're coming with me to the cockpit.
Crap! They're lotuses! You've got to stop!
Oh.
Just be popping spinach puffs while I fly the ship.
Yeah. Okay, so since I have to make you guys do this at all points in time, I'm going to need, and since the three of you are here, Muriala to cast a portal, Webby to unlock it, Dr. Boy to pilot. And Zaxu and his Thunder Squad will kind of give you guys directions along the way.
I super opened that door.
Awesome. Actually, one of the Thunder Squad, the girl is going to walk over and say, "Wow, you're really good at opening portals like that. We're still trying to get the hang of it." Zaxu's the one who normally does that. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Webby.
Hi.
It's great to meet you.
Hi, Webby. Great to meet you, too. I'm Mione.
Hi, Mione. Are we friends now?
We're totally friends now.
Excellent.
Best friends
Woohoo,
forever.
my friend.
She's going to give you a hug.
More spinach puffs.
And with that, we hit the hyperdrive.
Okay. So as you guys pop out of a portal, I'm I'm not even going to make you guys roll perception checks. Just looking around as soon as you guys come out of the hyperdrive corridor of darkness, looking around, there is a conglomeration of ships. Now, I'm not going to describe these in detail because you guys know what these ships look like in real life, but what you guys are seeing is you're seeing med frigates, Mon Calamarian ships, transport ships, all of them made out of a sleek domed metal, which is very much contrasted by the bright nature of Dr. Boy's gummy ship. You can actually see the gummy ship's reflection bouncing back at you from almost all of these ships.
Alright, Dr. Boy, we need to get some more blackened spikes on your gummy ship. We're being shown up here.
I disagree.
Yeah, I like our ship better.
I mean, your ship is really awesome. I wish I could pilot a ship that looked this cool.
Who's saying that?
The last member of the Thunder Squad. He's gonna hold out a hand and say, Keaton, nice to meet you.
I will offer him a paw and shake.
Yeah. We're still trying to learn a bunch of different skills, but we were told to specialize in martial arts and, piloting, but none of us are really good at piloting. Because, Zaxu can just, get us around through the corridors of darkness.
Yeah, this is safer. I pat the ship.
Seems like it. At that point, Zaxu was going to point towards one of the main frigates and say, that's where we're going to have to dock.
Alrighty.
He's just going to kind of look you guys up and down and say, people might look at you all strangely at first, but don't worry, they're a very accepting crowd eventually.
Okay.
I really want to meet Doggy Kruger. Probably not going to happen, but I want it to happen.
Doggy Kruger.
Part of me is sad that I won't meet instead of someone from Power Rangers or Digimon. Just because of the insanity either of those would have, but Doggy Kruger would be great if he is our Admiral Akbar.
And honestly, if I realized so many people were playing existing fantasy characters, I might have considered doing something like that.
Doggy Kruger.
Probably not actually playing as Doggy Kruger, but playing as something from a Disney era Power Ranger season.
An SPD officer not on Earth.
I'll admit, I fully expected everyone to be playing random ass things, and no one playing canon characters.
Lies and slander. So the Thunder Squad is going to kind of look around and say, is it okay if we take your droid now? He's got a bunch of information that, we really think will be useful. If you want, you can, take him to the lieutenant with us.
This is for delivering R2-D2.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go see R2-D2 off and try to see if we can find someone who knows how to properly repair R2.
Sure. First things first, perception checks all around.
My favorite kind of check.
I really need this later. Pass by 0.
Pass by 2.
Pass by 2.
Pass by 5.
Okay, yeah. People are giving you guys sideways glances as you disembark from your ship, especially because, well, the ship looks really weird compared to, you guys look down the corridor, you guys see X-Wings, you guys see A-Wings, you see a couple of other experimental ships with, really sleek wings that are, incredibly compact. And you see a couple of transport ships, but again, it's all made out of, the same kind of, dingy-ish gray metal, whereas your ship is, bright kind of pulsing gummy blocks. There's going to be a couple of tech hands that are going to be walking over as you guys are disembarking, with a couple of fuel lines, looking at your ship, and then just kind of looking at all of you and just being like,
Ask that one. Points
Don't
to Dr. Boy.
Don't worry
Don't
about it,
worry,
guys.
we're here to help.
I guarantee you don't have the fuel source we need. We're fine.
what does it run on?
Smile.
They're going to give you a look at each other, and then just slowly back away.
I honestly feel like Muriel is just going to pull out a flask at this point and say, and this is the reason why I have this today.
I forgot that's what the gummy ship was powered by.
I was gonna say ignore her, but then they started backing away slowly without me saying anything.
Yeah. To be fair, Dad, your session 0. That's what this thing runs on.
I know that's what it runs on. I'm slightly more accepting of this in character than I was.
Okay, you see a couple of people.
Is that in canon or
That
is that
yes,
just
that is Kingdom Hearts canon. That is what gummy ships run off of.
It's part of the Disney Final Fantasy split that came from.
Yeah.
Well, 2/3 of the normal crew of the gummy ship are from Disney, so
That's true.
3/4 are from Jiminy.
Oh, hi, Devin.
Hi.
Hi, the highway around Devon.
Oh god, Echo!
You are echoing pretty bad.
Yeah, for some reason, once again, my phone isn't actually routing through the Bluetooth, so
All right, no problem.
I'm just using push to talk. So I made it up to the point where the group head or whatever was in stasis underneath Calicera's place.
Okay.
So what I missed.
Okay. I will give you the very quick abridged version of that just so we can keep this going.
Appreciate it.
Webby and Muriala met the foreteller Master Envy, who is currently, her body is effectively broken, and Lux is needed just to sustain her. But, like, she's missing arms, limbs, and is badly burned. But she pretty much gave you guys the info dump on what the Infinity Stones are, and then Webby and Muriala shared this information when everybody got back together on the gummy ship. It has been confirmed she has the Mind Stone. That is how she's able to communicate with people telepathically. But she's effectively just surviving in a Baka tank, Star Wars style, and goes...
Yeah, when you mentioned missing limbs, I was like, Anakin?
No. And she's kind of goes in and out of consciousness. A bunch of training stuff happened. Otherwise, individuals, you remember most of that. The only other real big thing of note was... Coco, Orion, and Mute met a Keyblade wielder named Ellie while on the bayou, who got very pissed off that nothing was working right while on the bayou, and then boarded Dr. Boy's ship, and then as soon as you guys broke atmosphere, peaced out. Through a corner...
I think you might have skipped the part where the Infinity Stones are Kingdom Hearts, and we need to collect them all to restore it.
Thank you. Yeah. The Infinity Stones are 6 broken up pieces of Kingdom Hearts, the light side of it, and Master Envy tasked you all with collecting them. That way you can restore balance and, fix the universe, because without them being put back where they belong and fixing everything... Darkness is taking over, and it's creeping into more corners through various means. Interpret that as you will. That's the important Spark Notes. As of what's just happened now, you guys have picked up Zaxu and the Thunder Squad and have made it to, effectively the staging area for the Revolution. So you guys have just boarded a bunch of Star Wars ships and are looking around, planning on meeting people. And now you're caught up. Any questions?
You said Zaxu, not Zazu, right?
Zaxu, that Keyblade wielder guy that you guys met in the Expanding Empire.
Is he one of the ones who went down?
He was the only one that stayed up.
Oh, congrats to him.
Yeah, his 2 teammates that you guys saved are also with him. It's Keaton and Mione. They're bonding with Webby and Dr. Boy, respectively.
Actually, I was going to ask them if they have any of those, like, lightning storage things. It seems like the place. You definitely have lightning flowing through the walls. Batteries, that was the word.
They're gonna shake their heads. Oh wait, are you asking people on the ship, or are you asking the Thunder Squad?
Oh, like asking people on the ship, because I rolled and failed against Curious, so Muriel is just like, going after her own interests with talking to random people, because honestly, military plans are not her jam.
So you're gonna run into a one of the pilots who's going to remove her helmet, and it's going to be a Twiddlick. Does everybody know what a Twiddlick is in Star Wars?
I thought it was just pronounced Twi'lek.
Or Twi'lek?
Those have the 2 head tails, right?
Yes.
And instantly magical scanning to see if this is interesting or just some other weird looking thing.
Hi, Coco!
Hi, Coco.
Mark.
So if we were all of the feedback right now. There you go.
You sound tired, Wex. Alright, Wex, long story short, you guys just got to the Revolution headquarters on a spaceship.
Okay, I'm not very good at spaceships.
No, you're not. It's okay, you're in a giant frigate, so you just need to deal with, a lot of grayish metal.
Okay, I'm gonna be just saying I'm gonna be on my phone for the next 40 minutes, and I would appreciate normalish bedtime if we can manage it.
That's what I'm trying for.
I had open house. It was a long day.
Gotcha. So, Muriala, you were asking about batteries. This Twiddlick pilot is going to look at you and say, you mean power cells?
Izzy, I'm not hearing anything from you.
Test, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. The Twiddlick pilot is going to look at you and say, oh, you mean a power cell? Here, you can take a few of these, and she's just going to hand them to you.
All right, thanks.
They should have enough charge to, refill your blasters twice.
You have blasters?
Hold on, we have blasters now?
You guys just got onto a Star Wars ship for the staging area for it. So, no, you guys don't have those yet. You can obtain them, probably.
Izzy, I'm just going to analyze this and see, how much power is in these that I can pull? Do you want me to just look up the high-tech book and figure it out from that?
The equivalent of a car battery, but handheld.
Can we get blasters?
I mean, it's standard issue. You guys aren't from around here, are you? She's saying, looking around.
Not even close.
I tried to eat a blaster.
Coco.
No, we need to let Coco do this. I want Coco to shoot lasers out of his mouth.
He's going to shoot himself.
Yeah, no,
Coco,
never mind. No, you managed to get her blaster because she just rolled a frickin' 17.
Jesus.
I eat it.
I'm going to put my hand on Coco. Please, Coco, I don't want the gun to go off in your stomach. Can you please give the nice lady the blaster back?
I throw up the blaster.
Yeah, thank you. It's a good thing the safety was on.
Muriel's just going to cast the clean spell on it for her.
Thank you.
I just realized I might be the only person in the party to actually understand gun safety rules.
I mean, I feel like Webby knows them in theory.
Possibly.
If you explain them as they apply to wand safety rules, Muriela would understand.
I mean, there were gun-wielding classes in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Mute was originally from a modern-day city, so I'm pretty sure he understands what a gun is. He's just never used one or really handled.
I don't have thumbs.
You don't.
No.
This is why you should learn how to use telekinesis and tri-wield blasters.
Webby has proficiency in Nerf guns.
Do you actually?
How much does a gun weigh, actually?
Like, not officially on my sheet, but I could very easily
Do you want me
justify
to
it.
pull up stats for a blaster for you?
Yeah, we're gonna need those. We're not gonna need them this session. We can worry about equipment in between sessions, guys.
He's out there, is he?
Yeah.
We are not gonna need to worry about equipment this session. We'll have to deal with that between this session and next session.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna look at you guys and say, "Huh, is that your ship? You mind if I take a look around? It probably looks like it could go for a good cleaning." Sorry, where are my mariners? Hera, holding out a hand.
Is the ship actually dirty, is he?
You have never specified you've cleaned it, and it has seen some
Oh,
wear and
hey,
tear.
you snagged this person from Star Wars Rebels.
I totally did.
I know this person.
Sure, I'll offer a paw.
Nice to meet you. It also looks like those droids can head down to maintenance, or should head down to maintenance.
Oh, yes, they definitely should.
Advantage of a Star Wars universe. None of us probably look super out of place.
You guys are getting a few looks, not nearly as many as some of the more human worlds.
Yeah, not merely as many as in a lot of the worlds we went to, which are entirely humans.
Yeah.
Though we are still a bizarre group regardless.
Who am I hiding on, by the way?
That is entirely up to you.
I feel like the living cartoon character probably stands out the most here.
Probably.
Yeah. All right.
I have the feeling the light doesn't reflect off him right or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kronk is going to stick with you guys, by the way. Are you leaving Simulacra and Scrooge McDuck on the ship?
He's tied up
In the car, he's locked in the cargo bay.
and tied up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
I will introduce myself as Captain Dr. GD Boy.
Always nice to meet a fellow captain. That's how I started out. If you're worth your salt, you move up quickly here.
I'll be hiding on Muriala's shoulder, I think, because Muriala has long hair.
Yep.
Presently, yes.
Okay. I mean, talking strategy could be useful.
Kronk can ride in my satchel.
Kronk will have his head poked out of your satchel.
I suppose we could. I suppose the ship could use a bit of cleaning. We've had a few run-ins in a very short period of time.
I'll take care of it. Good to
This
meet
time
you.
you should crash into anything.
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other more. Also, Thunder Squad is going to be holding a salute the entire time you're talking to her.
Holding a what?
A salute.
Okay.
You'd be like, show some respect. Show some respect.
Sure, we'll also salute, I guess.
We're not part of their military
Confusedly.
structure. It'd be kind of weird.
I do not salute because I am a bird and I don't want to.
That is perfectly fine. You do not have to, nor are you expected.
I'm pretty sure Mute caves into peer pressure.
Yeah, no,
Doc-
she's just going to kind of wave you
So
guys
just
off.
Mute and Webby salute.
Muriala actively ignores them and starts pulling lightning out of the batteries and sticking them into glass beads.
Like you do. Alrighty. So as she's gonna head off towards your ship, and the Thunder Squad is gonna be like, okay, we should take you guys to go meet the lieutenant. Gotta start planning the plan. Which one of you is really good at like figuring out strategy for like the battle and whatnot? We need some of that because like you guys were awesome at that when we were in Atlantis.
That wasn't the plan.
That would be Basil.
Yeah, Basil or Dr. Boyd.
Yep.
Okay, so
If you have a room with like lightning outlets though, and or alcohol.
you can easily. I get the feeling this is splitting the party. So we're going into
I mean, you could easily just say Izzy, and they lead us to the room, and Mirella sits around fiddling with magic in the corner because she doesn't care about military things.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. So they're going to lead you into a room which has a bunch of pilots in it. There appears to be one dude sitting at a couple of people sitting at a table, staring intently at what appear to be kind of like war pieces. And Zaxu and the others are just going to kind of lead you forward and say, Lieutenant, General, Admiral. And they're going to salute and say, we have new information. And they're going to show off R2 and C-3PO as R2 suddenly lights on fire.
Damn
Hell, fire is gone.
So people here at this table, you've got this guy. Where are you? This guy.
Pictures right.
Ha!
And this guy.
Rest in peace, Admiral.
Yeah,
Oh my
much like
fucking
here,
God.
Admiral Akbar.
Double
And you
hop.
said,
Arsenal,
we
and
looked out of place?
And
To
he's a
infinity
human in a very
and
silly
beyond.
suit.
He's got a 6-foot wide chin and a Mysterio helmet.
The helmet is...
And look at who he's sitting near. That's not that out of place in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So what's on the screen?
Okay.
Admiral Akbar and
Ad-
Buzz Lightyear.
Are also at this strategy meeting.
Like literally.
Hold on. Buzz Lightyear is there.
Yes, literally Buzz Lightyear is there.
But not Mom.
Oh, good. Great. I'm glad to see we're doing dumb integration stuff again, at least.
Because I swear to God, if you put Zurg on the Death Star,
I want
Zurg
Not
is
old by just.
He better be.
Zurg is definitely on the Death Star.
Okay, here's the question:
Oh,
Have Zurg
the
and Vader
Emperor's Dark.
fused?
Sorry.
Guys, have Zurg and Vader fused? That's the real question. Because Buzz Lightyear could be Luke.
oh dear.
I don't know, how tall is Buzz?
Is he too? Is he too?
Clearly, no one here has seen Toy Story 2.
Yeah, I know.
I
I know
have.
that plot
Oh,
from Toy
I was
Story
literally
2.
going to ask if he had the anti-grav belt.
Oh, he totally has the anti-grav belt.
It's
How
even
tall
above-
is he?
I would have much, in all honesty, I would have much preferred Darth Vader than Emperor Zurg, but whatever.
So now we need to find where real Buzz is stuffed.
Okay.
Why not both?
Okay, so these three are planning, and so Ruled has got a bunch of cards out on the table and is flipping them and saying we don't have an easy access point yet. And Buzz is like shouting like, I can guarantee you that my Rangers will be able to get down on there and deactivate the deflector shield. And Admiral Akbar's like, it's too complicated. It's like we're walking into a trap.
Wait, is this both Death Star 1 and Death Star 2?
I never said which Death Star this was.
Is it?
But like,
We never saw. I don't think we described it as being incomplete.
I didn't.
Traps!
I didn't.
Traps are my specialty!
Okay, so the lieutenant is going to look over at you and say, who are you and why is that droid still on fire?
I thought we dealt with R2-D2.
No, Muriel put R2 out with magic.
He lit on fire again.
No.
Wasn't R2-D2 being brought to maintenance?
The Thunder Squad didn't listen to that and brought him here first.
Okay, because I
I feel like R2 has been on fire like 5 times more than he's ever been on fire in his entire Star Wars run.
So R2-D2 seems to have some blueprints or plans for the that are related to the Death Star. He probably should get maintenance so he no longer lights on fire though first.
That is an excellent idea. Bring the droids to maintenance. And Buzz is just going to be like,
It's really, it's really not good for him to be constantly on fire. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Buzz is just going to turn around and say, Booster, XR, take the droids to maintenance. And you see these.
Oh God, you're pulling from that show.
Yes, I am. Of course I am.
Jesus, is it?
That's what I was assuming he was pulling from for this.
What the hell?
Yeah, I kind of figured the cartoon was where we were getting source material for part of that.
Can I go down to maintenance and get information on stuff so I can learn about better tech?
Yes, you may.
Sweet.
So yeah, okay. Dr. Boy is going with the droids. Muriala, there is a bar at the corner.
I am going to experience all of the alien alcohol.
There's a.
I'm gonna join you.
Coco, Muriala, you're sitting with this guy in a like grayish like mask that completely covers his head, and the rest of his garb just like screams, "Don't fuck with me, I am a pilot." He's gonna look at you and say, "What are you drinking?"
What's the best and/or hardest thing here? I feel like we're gonna need it.
Corellian fire whiskey for starters.
Let's go with fire whiskey then.
3. She's buying.
Ha!
Nice to meet you. They call me Porkins.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Hang on.
Or
Izzy, you're cruel.
I am cool.
Yeah,
Whoa, we got a robot in the chat.
Robot Devin, what did you just say?
Oh, hey, my Bluetooth actually activated now.
That
I'm
worked.
almost home.
Woo! Awesome.
That worked. Isn't Porkins from like? Was he the first one who went down from Red Team?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
I'm Porkins.
It has
Two bars
the
to
most
that.
and has the most unfortunate name in Star Wars.
Yep.
I'm Porkins, Red 6. Best fighter pilot in all of the Red Squad.
Muriel, advisor, I guess. I'm honestly really not sure what I'm doing.
Cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
What? Glug.
Okay, Webby, Mute, what are you two, and Basil, what are you guys going to be doing? Because you still have these three here trying to plan a mission.
I am definitely volunteering to jump into traps. That is like my number one thing.
Well,
Like,
Webby outed me trying to stay low key, so I guess I'm jumping on the table and checking out the positions of miniature.
They're not miniatures, they're cards.
Cards?
They're-
Not
it-
holograms?
Nope, not well, some of them are holograms, but like they're actually being played as cards, and then holograms are popping up around them. But the cards are of like pictures of people. It's mostly the lieutenant guy who is, motioning things around. All right, so since you guys have
Am I
effectively...
to assume that these...
Yes, Devin?
You...
Did he just cut out for everybody else?
Yep.
Devin, are you still there?
Yes?
Okay, say
We
that.
tried talking at the same time, and I was trying to say you go first.
Oh, no, you go first.
Alright. Am I to assume that these pictures here are supposed to be the pilots and whatnot in your flight?
For the most part, yeah. This is pretty much all of our resources put here on the table. We've got a couple of frigates, we've got some ace pilots, but the problem is they've got a couple of aces up their sleeve, and he's going to point, at the opposite end. And, they've got a deflector shield that is nigh impenetrable with only we can't seem to find anything yet to puncture it. And, they have a death laser that can obliterate a planet.
Well, I mean, with how large that is, wouldn't it have its own anti-air defense?
Well, that's what we're hoping to find out once we get hold of the blueprints. Our information is very sketchy right now.
Regarding the shield, is it safe to assume that the generator is internal to the mechanism? Is it only good against energy weapons, or does it also block any sort of physical thing going?
As of right now, it appears that the deflector shield has halted all energy and large physical constructs that have tried to go through it. This is Buzz Lightyear talking.
So there's no chance of getting a lander in there and then deactivating.
A lander was one of the thoughts we had, but we have to determine exactly how many cycles the deflector shield has before we put it up. Though we did think we could airdrop people onto it because we're small enough that we'll be able to pass through the shield without actually smacking into it like it's a wall. In other words, we have to make a jump in exosuits.
Huh. It seems unusual that just small objects would be able to pass through it. Wouldn't those be the most dangerous thing?
In theory, yes, but they're hoping their cannons can take them out before they reach the surface.
For a ship of that size, a single missile or even a single barrage would do very little.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to put this conversation on pause because there's only so far they can go without the information in R2. So I'm going to jump over to Dr. Boy.
Yay!
So, Dr. Boy, you're talking to you're walking down with Booster and XR, and Booster's like, "Oh, are you a captain? I've always wanted to fly my own ship. But ever since I joined Commander Lightyear's squadron, I've been flying around, without a ship. Our suits are awesome like that. You need to get one of these suits. They're the best. They're awesome."
I'm not sure I could find one that would fit my proportions.
XR is just going to look at you and say, really? Gesturing to himself, he's shorter than you and barrel-shaped. And then Booster, who is easily 7 foot, weighing like 600 pounds.
Okay, fair enough. We'll have to stop by there later.
Oh, you got to go through Star Command and get through the Academy like everybody else to get one of these. Unless you're deputized. Can Commander Lightyear deputize people on the spot?
Well, given the time frame we're working in, I would certainly hope so.
I'm not sure if that's a joke about the game or not.
So who wants to add Star Command suits to our ever-growing arsenal of dumb Disney stuff?
I mean, I actually do say that in character. I'm like, if you want
I'm somewhat sad that we didn't leave Manhattan with Mjolnir.
With what?
Thirst Hammer.
With Mjolnir?
Mjolnir.
Well, someone had to be worthy enough to lift it.
Yeah.
If it helps, Izzy, I'll totally pay the points for signature gear if I can get a Star Command suit.
We'll get to that in a minute. Again, we'll worry about gear and spending point stuff in between sections.
We'll worry about that in a moment.
Yeah, this is your prep session for figuring out what you're doing next time. And I'm just laying all your cards on the table. It's just how much you realize and get to will determine what you guys ultimately determine to do. A couple of maintenance bots are going to start working on 3PO and R2. By the way, Dan, if you spend enough time with these people, you will be allowed to raise your tech level by probably up to 3 points.
I'm going to be watching very, very closely.
Yeah, a couple of the maintenance guys are going to be working on R2. And roll me psychology. Yeah, I know. Intelligence -3.
All right.
I think my mom wanted to talk about something for a bit, so I might be offline.
Okay.
For the recording, that's an 18.
Oh no, the recording can see that is an 18.
Ow.
Yeah, no, you look over at this guy, you think he gives you
Dude.
You think he gives you a dirty look, and you mention this to Booster. Booster goes over and punches the guy in the face.
Boom!
That was a little excessive, Booster, but thanks, I think.
He had it coming. By the way, you're not sure how, you're not sure why, but 3PO is now in a pile on the floor.
Did he?
He punched him right through.
He punched out 3PO. Oh.
All right, moving back on to Coco.
I feel less bad about this than I should.
I'm gonna jump back up to Coco and Muriala. What are you two doing besides just drinking with Porkins?
Is there a Pazak deck around? Let's play Pazak.
Pazak's good. If Porkins doesn't say or do anything interesting, we're going to wander off and try and find more interesting things around the ship at some point.
Yeah, he'll totally play Pazak with you, Coco. He's gonna be like, this is a suicide mission. They can't expect me to do it sober. And he's gonna be making every sound a drunk has ever made in your life. Coco, roll me luck. I will roll luck for you.
Yeah, you're all just wandering off to explore the ship.
I will come to you in a minute. Coco, your luck with the deck is a 10. What is Porkins' luck with the deck? A 7. He beats you in a game of Pazak, which means you have to buy the next round.
I have to what?
You have to buy the next round of drinks.
I noticed Miriala's gone, and just leave a Gishel green for him and walk away.
As you walk away, he's just be like, what the fuck is this?
I pull one out of my bag and eat it, as an example.
He's just gonna order some booze and throw the Gishel green into the drink.
I go back and eat it and then move on to find Miriala.
It's alcohol soaked. Here's your HT check.
This does not stop me.
I know. Miriala, perception.
And there is perception. Rouse exactly. Pass by me.
That's a 5.
That is a 5.
Also, Wex, are you on push to talk? Thank you. All right.
Sorry, I've been trying to be good about it.
Okay. Actually, I know exactly who you're running into. As you you see a bunch of interesting alien forms. We can go over those later if you want, Nick.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the type of thing Muriel would be going for.
Yeah, you're looking around. I'm gonna say you see a Wookiee, you can see a Gungan, you've seen a Tweedlick already. You can see a couple of Bothans.
Muriel is going to be seeing if any of these forms are actually really interesting compared to what she already knows. I sent it to you in chat. We can deal with it after game.
Yeah. And then you run into... Oh, Muriela, over here!
Wait.
Oh God! No!
Who is here?
I don't actually remember what folder I stuck this person.
Can I catch up at this point, Izzy?
You totally can. Muriela!
Yo, you don't realize who this is?
Muriela, so good to see you! After all my training, I'm now a Jedi warrior.
Yep, there it is.
So, have you gotten better with a sword?
I mean, Master Yoda helped me build a wand, that's more of a wizard's thing, which is what you do. And I'm really good with the short sword, but I would like a long sword, like something majestic that people look at and they say,
Does he have a lightsaber?
"Oh, he totally has a lightsaber."
And he hasn't realized what it is yet, and Yoda didn't explain that before he sent him along.
Oh,
He probably explained it.
yeah. It's like, I'm a Jedi warrior now, Muriela. Look at me. He looks exactly the same, by the way.
I catch up and just cock my head in his direction.
Yes, you do look substantially more like a warrior, Terran.
Oh, and check this out. He's going to pull out his lightsaber. This is the one that Master Yoda helped me build. And he presses a button on it, and a full-length green blade pops out. Bzzz.
We need to get that away from him before he hurts himself.
I was like, alright, good. I mean, simple spell. Well, she does not actually realize the difference in power right now.
Yeah. He's going to look at this and say, yeah, you want to trade... Do you have a real sword that I'd trade it for you for?
Lol.
Wow.
Can we not do that?
We need
Terrence,
to get that away
dumb.
from him.
I mean,
Can we let
hurts
Terran
himself.
have this?
I mean, yeah.
He's going to chop his own arm off.
No,
Yeah,
he's
Muriel
not-
would gladly trade him a regular sword that she has because I bought way too many things.
Look,
Uh.
I'd rather him cut himself to the bone by mistake than literally cauterize his fucking arm off.
See, the problem is, I'm pretty sure he's actually better than that than if we give him an actual sword. Because Yoda.
Yeah.
Even though he's an idiot and doesn't know what he's doing,
I mean,
I'm pretty
here's
sure.
the thing. Muriel would take it and go, I already know this spell, I don't need to use a wand, but like...
Well, you don't
Yeah,
understand.
he's better off with a real sword.
You don't understand. This could cut through anything. He's going to, wave it towards one of the walls, and it's literally just going to blaze through a sheet of metal like cutting through butter. You see, blackened scorch marks as, the metal disintegrates under the blade. He's like, I like the feel of it, how it can just, kind of glide through anything, but the weight's all wrong. I prefer having some real steel.
Yeah, one minute. I need to roll many things right now.
Izzy, when I got the schematics from Yoda, did he actually explain how dangerous these things are?
He totally did.
Okay, just...
Muriel's like, alright, Terran, let's say I can actually enchant a bunch of magic sword for you, and I'd be happy to trade you for it.
Oh, what does it do if it's enchanted?
Well, I mean, simple enchantments, sharper, lighter, more accurate. I can do literally lights itself on fire.
I want a magic sword that sparks with energy and can cut through the wall the exact same way.
I just sigh.
That is going to be more than the resources we have right now.
Oh, come, you don't have... Okay, Nick, I don't know if you remember this specifically, but you do have a sword that fits that description.
What is he?
You do have a sword that fits that exact description.
Isn't that the sword we recovered from the temple?
Yeah. The one that was actually lifted out of the Black Cauldron for you guys.
Wait, do I have that?
Yeah, you put it in your pouch.
Okay, give me a second. Izzy, can you remind me of what that does?
It's a longsword that bypasses all DR.
Yeah, we found that in the Atlantis temple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, right. The thing Muriala wants to actually analyze.
Yeah. Which I'm shocked you haven't done that yet.
I've been distracted by other things. Izzy, can you get? Is that the only thing that longsword does? Right.
Additional damage, doesn't seem to ever dull, and yeah, bypasses DR is the big thing.
What plus weapon is the question?
It's like a +2. It's the big thing. The only thing that matters on it is it's the DR that bypasses.
Yes. 1 minute. Rolling things. No, Muriel is definitely much more interested in eventually analyzing that than the weird wand Terran has. She's like, well, I am trying to learn how to do an enchantment like that. It'll take a while, but we can talk.
Fair enough. Well, if you find a sword like that, let me know. Because this thing is just way too light, and, you know, he's just going to kind of, like, toss it down the hall. It hits all the lights, and then it's just going to come to fly back into his hand.
Hey, Terran, can I see that to see what you mean?
Is Terran the most idiot savant of idiot savants here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll hand over the... He's going to be like, be careful. Its energy is only kind of limited. Then it's got to recharge for a few hours.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. Do lightsabers actually have to recharge?
No. Normally they do not.
I think Yoda just didn't want him to have a lightsaber that's always
Yeah.
on.
I'm going to assume Muriel is basically just moving it around is like, well, I can tell I shouldn't touch myself with this, but, like, fighting with it would be very difficult.
Yeah, there's no way you can fight with this thing. And, no magic.
Magic can't affect it.
Well, it can affect it, but, well, you can't enchant this.
Oh, no, I wasn't cheating. It's a question of, like, if she grabs it with her telekinesis spell, can she just flip it around to do things at range?
Yes.
She's going to do a really complex-looking thing that is really just spinning it really fast and like, why would this would be really useful.
Ooh, that looked really cool. Terran's gonna use the Force and pull it back from you, and then try the exact same moveset.
I want one for this exact reason.
Well, I'll see you in the War Council room. And remember, tell everybody that you meet that I am a Jedi warrior.
Tell everybody what?
That I'm a Jedi warrior.
Sure.
Terran is going to go walking down the hallway, using the Force to, like, have the lightsaber kind of spin around him the way electrons would to an atom, and it's just cutting into the walls.
I have some regrets.
I'll have everybody make a perception check right now, please.
Except me, I would assume.
No, everybody.
Join the aliens and be like, so what's up with you guys? It sounds like time to drink a lot. Is it time to drink a lot? I think it's time.
It's time to drink a lot.
So, Mute has been mostly trying to just listen into the strategy discussion, with most of it going over his head.
Yeah.
That's like 4.
Webby, what'd you pass by?
3.
Okay, Dr. Boy, it looks you see a green flash of light from out in the hallway as you see Terran flying by with a lightsaber.
I'm gonna roll to see if the talking shop is interesting enough for me to not stop this. Yeah, the talking shop is too interesting to go stop that.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys. I don't really want to be near him when he's doing that.
Probably smart decision.
Fair enough.
I can't help but feel a little responsible for this.
I feel
I can't
very
help
responsible
wonder if the
for this,
Keyblade
it's
can
very-
block a lightsaber.
Do you want to test that theory?
Well, I kind of do, but I don't want to accidentally chop my Keyblade in half. But I suppose if we're going to be fighting other things with lightsabers, potentially, I should probably find out.
You gonna go spar with Taryn?
Well, first I want to ask him to test it with me.
Sure. What do you want me to do?
So, what's the best way to test this?
Hold the Keyblade out, have it smack the Keyblade.
I'm thinking just hold the lightsaber out, and I'm gonna very gently tap one of these bars on the Spectrum Splash Keyblade against the lightsaber to see if it is affecting it or not.
Okay, so you tap the lightsaber, and it appears as though the Keyblade is able to, deflect off of it slightly. But I will ask you to make me either a machinist or a engineering check to inspect your Keyblade.
Machinist or engineering?
Yeah.
You can bring it to me to examine a bit if you want.
Sure, I'll have Dr. Boy take a closer look at it. Because I don't have either of those skills.
Pass by 9.
Like, I would have thought armory, but...
Armory defaults to engineering at -2 or -4.
I guess I don't have that anyways either, so...
Also, if I can get a lightsaber, I'm fine handing off the fish hook to be only Basil's from now on.
And if people get lightsabers, that completely undoes all the damage warriors people have been having.
It adds so many new damage points.
Yep.
We have the dumbest collection of items, and I love it.
So what does Dr. Boy's analysis say about if the Keyblade was affected by the lightsaber?
Dan, private chat.
Yeah, and Izzy, I think you're all going to be spending most of the rest of the time actually testing and analyzing that sword that he has. That
Is
I
he
now
not
remember
going
that
to
he
tell me?
has.
No, I'm looking at it. So Webby, I assume you explained where how this happened.
Yeah.
I would not recommend repeatedly blocking. There is definitely a little bit of corrosion from where the lightsaber touched. So I wouldn't recommend it for an extended fight against the lightsaber. Maybe
I tried
stick to your
blinking the Keyblade out and in to
Okay.
see if it fixes it.
Okay, it does.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
So if I block with it, I just have to disappear it and recall it really quick.
That's handy.
At this point, you guys are going to notice that there are a couple of rebel troops wandering in and saying, "Please come with us," to each of you guys individually. Or if you're sitting in groups, to the group of you.
Are you guys getting blamed for all of the carved up walls now?
Does this count me sitting there drinking and probably playing cards with random aliens?
Oh yeah, no, you two.
Why?
And by all of us individually, do you mean all of us or just the people that were around here?
The PC party.
Okay.
Yeah, you're okay. Why?
The general asked to bring you guys to her.
Hera?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, she's cool.
So yeah, you guys are all gonna be brought to a room, and Hera's gonna be there, and she's gonna be like, I have a couple of questions for you all as a group, because you have to understand, you're relatively unknowns, and even though the Thunder Squad vouched for you, I sometimes question the Thunder Squad.
That's fair.
Yeah, no,
When we were
Reasonable.
when we were cleaning your ship, we found a weird droid.
Is it Scrooge McDuck?
It was claiming to be Scrooge McDuck tied up in the cargo bay. Would you care explain?
It's malfunctioning.
It's some kind of
We fell for.
construct android thing that
We
broke.
thought,
It's not
we
really
thought-
Scrooge McDuck.
we thought it was the real Scrooge McDuck, so we brought it with us, and then it started falling apart, and now we don't know what to do with it.
Hmm.
It kind of mostly just repeats that one phrase, so
Okay.
yeah.
Then there's the matter of your other malfunctioning droid.
You broke up, Izzy.
Then there's the matter of your other malfunctioning droid. Do any of you want to explain to me why it was constantly overheating?
He was like that when we found him.
Yeah, none of us know how to fix droids, so we were kind of taking him with us and putting him not on fire whenever he lit on fire, but we didn't actually know how to fix him, and no one we came across until now knew how to.
Yes, I've been trying to pick up as much as I can from your texts, but quite frankly, it was out of my realm of knowledge until very, very recently.
She's just gonna kind of give you guys a questioning look, and then she's gonna be like, "Would you mind standing against the wall real quick?" And she's going to pull out a blaster.
You know, that's not the normal thing I'd assume with that.
Damn.
Calm down, guys. It's just a scanner.
Oh, okay.
She,
Well-
if you guys remember A New Hope, where there was that guy who was scanning things from a distance, she's kind of just going to hold up this handheld blaster-shaped thing and just kind of run it up and down each of your bodies before moving on to the next person and just looking at it. And then she's going to turn back to the rest of you. Are you aware that you brought spyware
Huh?
into the
What?
Alliance?
What?
Spyware. Hardware designated to send transmissions and messages.
I pull out my
No.
cell phone. Do you mean this?
No.
No?
beyond
Where is
that-
it? What is it?
Other than the radio equipment on the ship, no.
Well, we're pretty sure it's on your ship. Would you mind if we just took a little walk around in there?
Sure. Oh god, is Scrooge McDuck a fucking broad? Oh god damn it! I am saying this out loud.
She's going to lead you guys onto the ship, and she's going to just be scanning Scrooge McDuck. Green lights. She's going to just start scanning around and scanning the walls, and suddenly you're going to get a bunch of red blips on her scanner.
Wait, the walls themselves?
Dr. Boy, has your ship been a scrying sensor this entire time?
We
Apparently, if by scrying you mean high-tech tracking.
Not quite. It appears you have nanotech that has been spying on you.
Uh-oh.
And she turns the scanner and shows you these tiny microscopic little cameras and microphones.
I don't suppose we can determine how long those have been on the ship, can we?
We're not sure, but from what our maintenance guys downstairs found out, these things have been hijacking your R2's long-range scanner, or long-range transmissions, and have been forcing him to transmit messages while his hardware is still in his head, causing him to overheat.
What would that have even...
So that's been basically since we've had the ship, hasn't it?
Gee, I wonder who gave us the ship.
I am actually going to give a very unhappy look at Nordella. I think your boss might have screwed us.
Oh, wait, he's the one who's been scrying on us? That's probably...
No,
I'm not
no, it's
sure
not.
about that.
if he's been
Also,
screwing with
this means he knows most of the stuff we were trying to.
Wait, actually, no. It can't have been him. Otherwise, he would have known Webby was.
known Webby was what?
It could be that he knew all this and he was just keeping it under his under wraps. Like the fact we specifically tried to avoid saying anything related to my book in front of him, and he knew about it the last time we ran into him.
He also gave us the base that I built the ship from. He's the only one that would have access. The only high tech world we visited, other than this one, is the one that he's on.
We can do a full purge on your ship if you want us to.
That would be
Yes.
delightful.
If there's any way to track where it was sending to and things like that, that would be good.
We'd have to talk to your R2 about that. He's the one who's been sending the transmissions.
So nanotech that Xanatos buried in our ship has been overclocking R2 excessively.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
She's gonna very quickly take you guys down to Art 2, just so you guys get a big picture of this. And there's no way to track where these transmissions were sent, mostly to various satellites in different sectors. However, R2 does have a couple of the transmissions saved.
Yeah, and
Starting from the more recent to the past, it's when Ellie came onto the ship and then disappeared. And once you all were, rejoined, Webby explained everything about how there are the Infinity Stones and they make up Kingdom Hearts. Going back a little bit further, it shows about... I'll just hit the high notes. You guys talking with the Thunder Squad about the Revolution and about how you need to defeat the World Eater. Going back a little bit further, it shows all of you guys getting sucked into the book repeatedly. And finding out that Scrooge McDuck was a simulacrum. And going back further, think all your sessions in reverse. The ones that might be noteworthy are the ones where, you're landed in a world, the door opens, Taran walks in. I was able to sneak onto this vessel because I'm a warrior. And then he turns around, sits down on the thing and says, what would a warrior do now? Wait. And then he just kind of blends into the shadows for no reason.
how far back does it go?
It goes... The first transmission you guys have is Dr. Boy, Coco, Basil, and Webby coming onto the ship for the first time. And Dr. Boy kind of looking around and saying that he can't believe he's got a ship again.
Motherfucking Xanatos. God damn it.
All right. So, is he colluding with the World Eater? Like, what even? Oh.
Doesn't matter. Just it's out of character, but doesn't matter. He's fucking winning because he's Xanatos.
Oh,
And it all is part of his plan.
He's probably saving this information to use it at some point for his own purposes.
You seem very unconcerned about this.
Everyone here knows about the Xanatos Gambit, right?
I mean,
Yes.
I vaguely know what I signed up for in that regard.
You could have maybe clued us in.
Thanks for the
I
valid.
didn't even know you got your ship from him.
That never did come up, did it?
No, it did not.
You didn't realize it till well after game start.
Yeah, it was when we got to the first time we got to Manhattan. He pointed out the fact of oh yeah, we gave.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, now R2-D2 is a lot more vocal and a lot more chipper.
That's good.
I'm very
I'm
sorry.
sorry
about
we
that,
did-
R2.
Yeah, we're sorry we didn't realize that's what was happening.
Blows a
We
raspberry.
kind of deserve that.
You're just gonna look over at Hera's do people here understand those beep boops?
It's a language that you can learn eventually.
Huh.
Can I
You
understand
must
it?
teach how to speak beep boop.
Can I understand it with my heart?
You cannot understand it. With
Can
your
I
mind.
understand it with my linguistics skill?
You roll me linguistics skill.
Can I roll cryptography?
It's not
Pass
written.
by one.
It's not written. It has to be linguistics
Damn,
since
I
it's
don't have
spoken.
linguistics.
You can understand what at least the affirmations and negatives are, Webby. It's a
I'm
complex thing.
getting it.
Keep at it, you'll get there.
Webby must now learn to speak robot.
I kind of want to do that as well. I kind of don't want to have to spend training time on it, but I kind of want to pick it up.
Also, Hera gets a communicator beep. She picks it up and say, "Go, Sabine." It's like, there's an idiot with a lightsaber down here wrecking the cafeteria.
Oh, that's probably Terran. He's
Yeah, that's Terran.
he's like a Jedi warrior now. I'm really not sure what that title.
We don't know why they gave him a lightsaber.
I've met Jedi warriors. They don't randomly destroy cafeterias.
Well,
Terran
he's-
is special.
I did a trick with his lightsaber, and now he wants to figure out how to do it. So he's probably doing that.
Terran, I think Master Yoda has tried his best with Terran.
Yeah, he said Yoda is the one who gave it to him.
No,
I feel
I think he's tried his best.
Yoda helped him. Yoda showed him how to build it.
Oh, he built it himself?
He built it himself.
That's why it's
course.
defective.
You have to build your own
Terran
lightsaber.
is actually surprisingly good at everything that is not, in fact, being a warrior.
He's an idiot savant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No. They're gonna be like, yeah. No, he flew here in the weirdest shaped ship, weirder than yours.
What did it look like?
Does it look like I described Wilbur's ship?
Kind of like that, but more broken.
Wilbur, I'm so sorry. We will return your ship to you, and I promise I will help you fix it.
Yeah. Over the comlink, you hear Sabine just yelling, "Get off of there!" And then you hear someone just saying, "My spinach puffs!"
I thought Crunk was in Coco's saddlebags.
Not when there's a kitchen to cook in.
Fair enough.
Trunk can still talk it. Oh, right, of course he can, because, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Emperor's New Groove transformation.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody want to do anything immediately? Otherwise, I'm just gonna skip ahead to the meeting.
I'm busy feeling responsible for my actions. Does that count?
I'm
They're
just...
still busy analyzing a magic weapon.
I mean,
I'm somewhat worried. I'm kind of somewhat worried and upset about the fact that Terran is a better Jedi than the rest of us.
I asked Yoda to do this. This is my fault.
No, Yoda, he is seems to be a more powerful fighter with the Force. That does not make him a better Jedi by any stretch.
I'm a Jedi warrior. Also, Terran is at some point going to come up to each of you and offer to trade you the lightsaber for a real sword. Because he doesn't want to be a wizard.
Yes?
Yeah, no, like
Sure.
I said, I will totally...
Webby is all about that. Let me go find a sword. I know I've got one in
I'm
here
pretty
somewhere.
sure this is not a fair trade, but like, if you really want to, sure.
What-
Like,
Actually, Dr. Boy, can you make this look prettier? Muriela pulls out one of the random-ass swords she has.
I mean, can I make it look prettier? No.
Why do you do this to me?
If you want, guys, I can build. When we have a little bit of downtime, I can just build lightsabers.
I would like one.
Yes, please?
I mean, I'm calling one for myself, so.
All right, guys,
Sure.
if you want lightsabers are counting as SIG gear. I'll go over the points at the end. But it effectively is going to be using the stats of a...
Yeah, we can go over the points.
I'm assuming an
Let's-
energy
Let's
sword
skip over the discussion of, hey, how many of us can get lightsabers?
Yeah. All right.
No, the real question is, how many lightsabers can I mount on myself as lances?
I was actually going to ask Izzy about doing a dumb thing for the ship if we had any leftover kyber crystals.
Can I tie lightsabers to all of my fingers and have
Where the hell did
lightsabers
we
on?
get? Where the hell did we get kyber crystals?
So Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Those are kyber
Yeah.
crystals.
They are
Apparently.
not called kyber crystals.
Ah, jeez.
Wex. They were red, blue, green, and purple. What did you think they were?
Glowy stones.
Okay, yeah, that's everybody.
How
Okay,
did they even end up in that cave?
Kingdom Hearts bullshit.
they grew there naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How that goes.
all right, so we're gonna skip ahead to like the big meeting, which is in like a couple of days. So Taryn has had a chance to bother everybody about getting a real sword. And for those of you paying attention, I'll say this. His lightsaber does a bunch of really cool stuff, and then after, a few dozen hits or so, or, after a set amount of time, it just shuts off and then needs to recharge for a while. And everybody on the ship is grateful as a result.
I do feel like I'd be betraying Master Yoda somehow if I took it from him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, Master Yoda...
Izzy, because I failed many rolls, can I channel magical energy back into it to make it turn back on?
Make a roll.
I know how to convert magic to electricity, just not in a useful manner. I passed by 2.
The lightsaber just eats the energy. It doesn't do anything.
You know what you should do instead of trying to overcharge a lightsaber with your magic to lightning conversion? You should just turn it into Killua.
Turn what into what?
Just become Killua
Who?
from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
I thought you were saying Kilowog from Green Lantern, and I'm like, that's definitely
No.
not Disney.
No.
That kid has the coolest uses of electricity powers ever.
It's so good.
I'm gonna put it. Thunder is the one school Muriel actually has no idea how it works for elemental magic.
Okay, so a couple of days are going to pass, and then it's time for the big round table meeting, and R2 is going to jack into the main hologram, and a giant projection of the Death Star is going to appear. And Admiral Akbar is going to have the floor. He's like, as you can see here, the Death Star's defenses are nigh impenetrable. Only a very small group are going to be able to land onto the exterior of the ship at these varying intervals and deactivate the deflector shield located here. And he's going to be pointing at a channel that leads into the depths of the Death Star. At this point, Buzz Lightyear is going to walk up. We're going to need volunteers to be part of the ground assault unit. The unit is 3-phase. First off, disabling the cannons on the surface of the towers. That way, once the shield is down, our fighters will have access to get into the interior of the Death Star through the various exhaust ports. 2, we have to disable the deflector shield. That way, our frigates can help provide covering fire. And 3, if possible, we need to get to the very heart of the Death Star and deactivate the main lasers, which could obliterate the entirety of the fleet once recharged. From the designs, it seems as though there is a recharge phase of a couple of hours. So we may get one blast. It may get one blast out, which is why we need to position the entire fleet around the entire circumference of the Death Star before we make our final assault. Hera is going to talk to you for a minute, saying that all the frigates are going to stay out of range, hopefully far enough away to avoid direct fire from the main Death Star, and then as soon as the deflector shield goes down, try to obliterate the remainder of the cannons and provide covering fire for the fighters. And then Porkins is going to say, and for those of you that are going to be in fighter squads, you're going to be with me on the suicide mission to get into the heart of this thing, and then get the hell out before it explodes in our faces.
Do we have an extraction plan for the strike team?
We need a separate... One of the squads that are going to be going down as the extraction team are going to have to secure a landing platform where we can either get a ship in or they can steal one of their own. More likely, though, those are going to be more of the heavily guarded things from the outside, so stealing a ship is probably the best option.
Okay.
So
wait, there's...
Give me 1 second just to make sure that's our only option. Yeah, I was going to go wander into a semi-private room and peek into what is in darkness in this region.
Oh, you're talking
No, like literally peek into like is an extraction plan, open a doorway to darkness, and walk back to the ship.
private messaged.
Alright, my plan B. Bad idea. Better than dying in giant explosion, but like not by that much.
I mean, Plan B could be we have R2 out flying our ship, and then once the shields are down, they can help us secure. He can help us secure a landing platform with fire from the ship.
R2 will whistle repeatedly.
I do need to learn that language at some point.
We all do. We
So-
kind of owe him.
So Hera's gonna look around
If I
and
could learn Chocobo, I would also do that.
Chocobo is not a language that can be learned, unfortunately.
Yeah, I already asked you.
So Hera's gonna look around and say we have a lot of new faces from multiple worlds. Here, stick with the people you know; those will be your squads. And Lieutenant Ruled is gonna walk over and say, "Break off and see how you will split yourselves up." And he's gonna let you guys talk amongst yourselves. Which part of this battle plan do you want to do?
So, in short, what are the two parts again?
Multiple parts. So you guys can be manning a frigate. You can be in fighter, StarCraft, actually making the quote unquote trench run into the core, or you can be part of the landing squad. And if you're part of one of the landing squads, you're gonna have to decide which aspect you're gonna go after: the deflector shield, the cannons, or the core.
And the landing squad is landing on the Death Star, to be clear.
Yes.
Okay. So there's no
I like
moon of Endor for us to raid.
There is no Endor moon. The deflector shield is
Okay.
literally part of the Death Star because it's mobile.
Oh, okay.
Just checking.
As loath as I am to admit it, I think our team is best equipped being the landing squad.
Yep.
Probably. Plus,
I
I've got to get inside the Death Star and find Wilbur.
I mean, you could do
Yeah.
the trench run.
Given
would
the
be-
size of the ship and the capabilities, I'm not sure it's the best plan for me.
Alright, I'm gonna need to come up with a very interesting spell name for what I'm gonna be giving all of you guys.
Given a little bit of prep time, I can also be a lot more effective in a fight than I have been.
Yeah, we haven't really had prep time.
That Muriel is grabbing a handful of lightning and says, "Oh, don't worry, you're gonna be very effective."
Yeah, so just so you guys know, Buzz Lightyear and his squad are going to be one of the landing crews. Hera is going to be running the frigates along with Admiral Akbar. And Porkins is leading the fighters.
Hera's the one Muriel likes more, but she honestly is useless in space combat.
Yeah. Like, Hera's ship is comparable to your size for anybody who knows what the
When
Ghost
did
is.
Terran show up?
He's been there for a while.
Oh, Devin's been gone for a bit.
Devin, here's the better part. When did he get a lightsaber?
I'm guessing from Yoda, actually. I'm not gonna...
Actually, Devin, he's going to walk over to you. Basil, do you have a real sword? Because I will trade you this lightsaber for a sword.
Not just a sword.
I'm just gonna, you know what? Fuck this.
My
I'm just gonna pull
sword
a
would be a toothpick to you.
Alright, Izzy, fuck this. I'm using gizmos. I'm pulling a goddamn sword out of my hat and I'm taking away the lightsaber.
Probably safe.
This has gone far enough.
Izzy, I know you have been probably trying to get us to do that entire session, despite the fact all of us would. You know, it's probably a dick move.
Taryn looks so incredibly happy.
I'm gonna point out, I literally offered this and he refused.
He's like, well, he's like, it came out of your hat. That means this is a magic sword, right?
Yes,
I
God
am
fucking
not
damn
going
it.
to answer.
that is absolutely a magic sword. You're going to be an amazing warrior.
I'm a warrior! He's gonna run down the hall.
Why did you say it?
The sword,
Pass by 9 on fast talk.
the sword is gonna be rotating around him as though he was in wisdom form.
This isn't any better.
At least he probably can't destroy walls with that.
Hey,
So
that's
I'm
a
gonna-
good point. I figured out a really cool way to fight with that thing that actually doesn't risk any bodily harm because it's light figure out where to strike.
Izzy, I passed by 8 to fix the lightsaber, so it works properly. and
There is
doesn't
nothing
shut
wrong
down.
with that lightsaber.
What?
There is nothing wrong with that lightsaber.
How did he fuck it up?
There is,
He didn't.
there
Why
is-
is it? Is Yoda literally turning the lightsaber off periodically?
No,
No.
we just are getting lightsabers that have a recharge time. That way we can't solve all of our problems by a lightsaber and enough time spent. We cannot destroy the Death Star
Or
by throwing a lightsaber at it and just taping down the button.
Aaron's just an idiot and believe.
Yep. Actually, Dr. Boy, watch this. Muriel's going to demonstrate the thing that made Terran freak out with telekinesis.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, then demonstrated with the sword that she picked up that does sort of the same thing but looks cooler because it's actually a sword.
Ooh, can I have that sword too? I could double wield.
No, this one's mine.
Oh, but I wanted a magic sword. This one I can put in my... He takes a hat and tries to put the sword in it. It goes about as well as you expect.
You know, Terran,
Where did he get the hat from? Did he
Terran,
just-
if you ever wind up with a bunch of Lux, come to me. I'll make your hat able to really do that.
What's the matter with my hat? It's a magic sword. He puts the hat on his head. The blade is sticking out of the top
It
of the
needs
hat.
to be a magic hat too, Terran.
Yeah, you need a magic hat and a magic sword.
Oh. But I'm still a warrior, right?
How did
Muriel,
this
what you
kid,
demonstrate is I
How did this
have
kid
a magic
grow
belt
to
with belt
teenage
pouch that
years?
She can, like, stick her entire staff into and pull it out of, despite it being like a belt pouch.
His eyes go wide. Also, Dan, private message for you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sean, I think you posted that in the wrong chat.
Okay, so the lightsabers overheat, so we can't solve all our problems with lightsabers. Oh, this one does. Okay.
Oh, what chat did I put that in?
You put that in my games chat.
Okay.
Oops.
Izzy, can I figure out why this one's overheating? Is it just an issue with the crystal?
It's just too much of a power output.
Okay.
Terran has too many midichlorians.
That's not
Actually-
even how the lightsabers work.
Dr. Boy, I need to know something. Izzy,
Quiet,
I'm
you.
going to see whether or not deflect energy works on lightsabers. It works on other energy-based melee attacks.
Also, Izzy, I did have an extra training day. If I can, I do want to use that to put a point towards whatever the lightsaber skill is. just 'cause I wanna
We'll
practice
get to
Yoda.
that after this session.
Okay.
Izzy, in case it comes up, does deflect energy work on lightsabers?
You'll have to find out.
No. I'm saying I have one to test.
This lightsaber? No.
Disconcerting.
What's not on the lightsaber?
Muriela cannot deflect energy with the lightsaber you guys have available.
Oh,
All right.
Well, I at least hopefully have a different defensive spell that will work.
Oh, never mind.
Fireball is a defensive spell.
That does not happen. Is there anybody?
Fireball is not a defensive spell.
Is there anybody? Is there anybody here you guys want to talk to?
Honestly, Taro
Oh.
seems like the most interesting person from Muriel's perspective. Akbar's
Yeah,
also
no,
cool.
honestly, talking more about Hera and what she knows about Jedi and everything else that's going on might be good.
Yeah, she's going to tell you. She's going to explain stories of how the Jedi's of old were incredibly powerful peacekeepers.
You broke up entirely there, Izzy.
Can you hear me now?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Hold on. Hera is going to tell tales of how Jedi's were renowned peacekeepers of the galaxy, protected it from the forces of darkness. And then suddenly they, all got destroyed by, the corrupt politician that is currently leading the Galactic Empire. He saw blight wherever he turned his head, and the Jedi were a blight on his seemingly perfect society. But there is no such thing as a perfect society. And
Nope.
so they were all killed. Some later than others. But they gave their lives fighting for a dream that the entire galaxy would be free. And if we succeed tomorrow, that dream will finally become a reality. There won't be terror. People afraid going to sleep at night, wondering if their world is going to get blown up.
Okay, question. Which version of the word world are you using?
Planet.
Izzy, I'm rolling one of my hidden lores to tell. Is this like... How does this interact with the concept of worlds?
A world equals a planet equals a world.
Okay.
About as linear as you can get it in the simplest terms.
Okay, they are exactly the same. Good to know. She's like, Muriel's just like, yeah, in all honesty, the first time I saw this thing do that, yeah, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We should definitely blow it up.
And some of the people on that giant ship are the most vile in the universe. I'm sorry, in the galaxy. They'll stop at nothing to, destroy anything they don't deem perfect.
That seems really dumb.
It is really dumb. I've said it a million times. Perfection is something that everybody strives towards. It's not something you can achieve.
Ooh, give me a sec, guys. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
That's right.
I do want to talk with Buzz and the Star Command
That
crew,
does seem-
but it's mostly talking about like equipment stuff, so I can wait.
Okay, yeah. They're more than happy. Their suits are, perfect for this kind of a mission. Because they can do a free drop and then their jetpacks kick in. And then Tarrant hears the word jetpack, wanders over and says, I want to be part of the landing squad too.
Does he even know what a jetpack is?
That is an excellent question.
Like, why would he know what that is?
He just heard words and went, yes,
Guys,
that's a cool world.
I feel like nothing Terran does surprises me anymore.
Guys,
Also, Izzy, who
Yeah.
here does Hera, Buzz, or Admiral Akbar or know what hearts are and heartless are? Or is this something they have not encountered?
Porkins actually would know about that if you asked.
Yeah, I guess Infinity Stones, if any of the gems, if any of them know about those. But yeah, I would want to know their opinions on these things.
They're not going to know anything about Infinity Stones.
Okay.
Also,
What does Porkins know about Heartless?
Yeah. As a reminder, guys, before we miss this tangent, Taryn did rebuild a broken spaceship and made it shittier and piloted it here. As a reminder.
Again, nothing
Yeah,
Terran
does a lot of
surprise me
stuff
anymore.
that does not make sense, but
Look, Terran has become that character in our campaign.
So quiet.
Mm-hmm. He has.
He's that character that the GM never intended to take farther than he did, but we all put so much attention and annoyance into him that he grew into something great.
I'm pretty sure Izzy has done everything he intended with this character.
You guys don't know the reason why he can do all of this yet. And you might not find out.
Because he has more midichlorians than anybody,
Yeah,
obviously.
Clearly.
He's clearly the fused together because of World Fusion. He's 3 important farm boy characters all mixed into one.
So yeah, one thing I'm going to say before we do the Porkins thing is the lieutenant is going to walk over to you guys and say, "You're Keyblade wielders, right?" Looking at the party collectively.
Some of us.
I kind of wave my wing in a sort of man.
Look, if you're going down with the Thunder Squad and Star Command, you might want to bring a healer into the Death Star with you. Any of you good with healing magic?
Muriela.
He had to go for a minute.
Muriela is.
Is she? Like, we don't actually know how
Probably.
proficient she is.
I've never
He's
seen
better
her.
than the rest of the party at it.
Yeah, Muriala is at best a novice, but you guys would not know that. He's going to recommend that if you guys know anybody who is a good healer, you might want to bring them along with you.
Who the hell do we know that can heal?
People back in Broken Town that are probably not going to leave Broken Town to go on a random bus.
I have first aid training
I guess that'll have to be good enough.
and a first aid kit.
Oh, maybe you're the lucky ace up our sleeve that we need.
Work!
What was that, Coco?
How drunk is Coco?
You said lucky. I responded.
Oh. All right. So, Mute, to answer your question when you were talking to Porkins about the Heartless, he's going to say that a bunch of dark creatures attacked his world.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean,
Did they survive? Did your world survive, or
my world survived, but that's when the Death Star showed up in the skies above us. We thought we were doomed. But apparently the Dark Lord came down, and he managed to strike a deal with the princess of my world. Apparently, in exchange for going with him, he spared our planet. But that didn't stop
Oh.
the shadows from attacking.
Oh.
Look,
someone who knows what Princess of Hearts are?
Look, if you guys are going to be going into the Death Star, if you manage to make it to the detention level, if you see a young girl, would you bring her back for me? I'm getting too old for this shit. And he's going to, pop open a bottle and drink it right through his mask.
We'll do our best. I believe we already have, one friend we want to recover from there. Rescue from there.
Thanks. I'll owe you one. He's going to look down at his half-drunk bottle, look at Mute, hand Mute the bottle.
I'm pretty sure I'm too young for this.
You're about to go on a suicide mission. Age means nothing.
I want to argue with that point, but I guess Mute it drinks what's left of the bottle.
I was going to say you can roll if you don't want to do this.
Nah, Mute will succumb to peer pressure and salute. He will succumb to peer pressure and have some of the bottle because, the argument made is not one he can really argue with.
I might have you make a dreaming roll for when HT roll first.
That's a fail by 5. Is Mute just immediate?
Dreaming roll.
That's a pass by 5.
I'll tell you what you remember next session. Or after session.
Okay, I feel like this is Mute has fallen unconscious for the rest of the section. the session and just
No,
passed out in the corner.
No, you're still around. You end up in the book at some point after session ends. Which, speaking of session ending, is there anything else anybody wants to do here? Otherwise,
I mean, I don't think so. Like,
Yeah, not really.
we're doing we said we're doing a land mission, right?
yeah, you guys are going to be doing the drop.
Do we choose a site specifically?
There are a couple of, well, you guys have to decide where you want to go. The 3 missions are, you guys can take out the cannons from the inside, deactivate the deflector shield, or go after the power source.
I think we want to go after either the deflector shield or power source because we want to go pretty deep in to see if we can try and rescue Wilbur and the princess.
I also, like, do we have suspicion? Out of game, I think we're all pretty confident about the power source. Do we have suspicions in game?
The engineering check or thaumaturgy? Because you guys do have access to blueprints and analysis stuff now.
If we take out the power source, would it also knock out the deflector shield instead of just going for that generator?
The power source is specifically for the laser to keep it for the.
Okay,
frigates.
so the weapon power source versus the deflector generator. Okay.
Yeah, deflector shield would have to be destroyed. The power source for the death laser would have to be removed. So engineering roll or thaumaturgy roll, guys.
I can't do either of those.
Hold on.
Someone want to roll for Nick?
Muriel is drinking with Porkins.
Just need to get my roll for this. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put any points in that. Never mind. I thought I had points in occult. Maybe guess I was wrong.
No occult, thaumaturgy.
I also didn't put points in thaumaturgy.
There's no occult roll here. It's tech-based. I see no rolls. Is anybody
Look,
making...
Marial is the one that I
It's
think
Mariala,
can actually
that's
make
it.
this.
Yep.
I also
Very
said...
few of us actually have this.
No one... I thought somebody else had thaumaturgy.
Sean might.
Engineering,
I
then?
did. Let
Engineering?
me double. Oh, you
I
mean
can do engineering,
Yeah.
sure.
I said engineering as one of them.
Yeah, we're missing the 2 big magic people currently.
Okay, pass by down to engineering.
Okay, I'll give you guys this. So the deflector shield generator is, an entire room with these gigantic generators, which it looks like they can easily be detonated. It's just getting there. They're like, in the upper quadrant of the Death Star. The main power source is actually in the dead center of the thing. And looking at the blueprints, the battery charging this thing is, again, minute, like fist-sized. There is no way this thing should be able to, power this entire thing. And it looks like everything surrounding it is like a capacitor, slowly charging, just absorbing the energy coming off of it, and then dispersing it all at once.
So here's a question: if I eat the power stone, will I explode?
The text there will recommend not physically touching the power source.
Do we have something to contain it?
maybe we'll figure it out.
Mute. I'll give you this one for free because you have perfect.
Also, hasn't Taryn picked up one of the stones then by hand?
Not a stone that is literally exploding with power. The Infinity Stones in the Marvel Cinematic Universe are weird. The only one we've actually seen that has adverse effects for physically touching it is the Power Stone.
That is true. Unless you're tough enough to handle it.
Yeah. That said, Mute, you remember from your thing with Xanatos, he had like a little box that was easily able to contain that kind of power. And if you guys remember back to that session, you remember what that box was made out of?
Mute does.
I don't know if Mute.
Yeah. Character would know. I wouldn't.
Gummy materials.
Oh, so we
Oh,
use
that's
a
easy.
gummy block.
Mm-hmm.
To make a gummy box.
Pretty much.
Sure, I have some spare parts on the ship.
So, like, what's our attack plan then? Are any of these areas connected to each other? Like, can we hit one and then just move on to the next?
No, they are in completely separate quadrants. So the cannons would be people staying by the surface. Just think of it if the Death Star had a body getting just under the skin and then dealing with the outer perimeter. The core and the deflector shield, you have to go farther in, but they branch. So one you keep going inward, the other one you were kind of like circumnavigating to the outside. From where
So do we split up?
Well, again, what do you guys want to take? There are 3 other squads going in.
I mean, let's be frank. We sort of need that Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
So let's definitely, we should probably head for the main reactor, and then we can always work our way out if the other squads need support.
Okay. The Thunder Squad is going to say, we're going to take care of the cannons, and Buzz and his Space Ranger Squad are going to be taking care of the deflector shield.
Who's in the Thunder Squad?
It is Zaxu, Mioni, and Keaton.
Right. Kingdom Hearts characters I don't care about. Got
Mm-hmm. And Taran's going to say, oh, I'm going to go too.
With who?
He's going to look around and say, I'll land and then I'll take out all the warriors that they go in single combat.
Maybe we should send him with the Thunder Squad?
Yeah, they do seem to be the weakest.
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that.
We're sending Terran with the Thunder Squad. We're gonna go for the main reactor and take the. We figured out that it's the Power Stone inside the Death Star, so we're gonna go be the ones to get it.
Did anyone not guess that on their guess, by the way?
Well,
I'm just
no,
curious.
Hey, technically, we determined it's the Power Stone because it could theoretically be space or soul.
It's definitely the Power Stone.
I know.
I can see the argument for space, but I feel like power is
It's
like
definitely the Power Stone.
Also, I built a box to put it in so we don't die horribly.
But did anyone not guess Power was in the Death Star on their guess?
We did the
literally
official
guessed
guesses.
Power.
I'm going to say yes, somebody did.
I think I actually put time because I knew it was Power, but I was like, oh, green laser, maybe it's actually time. But no.
Okay. So, guys, there is, I'm going to leave this up to you. We can stop here, or if you want, we can keep going for a little bit and get you guys to the point where you actually land on the Death Star. It's up to you guys.
I think probably stopping before everything pops off is a better idea.
Yeah, I'm
Just
pretty
because
close.
I easily see us getting up to something stupid trying to land the ship. Like someone thinking they see a shortcut.
Oh, you guys aren't
And
landing
this
the
could-
ship. You guys are piloting the ship close with R2. R2 takes over, and then you guys are literally para-jumping to the Death Star.
What equipment are we going to have to...
Also, Izzy,
drive?
question: does it count as being nighttime, right?
You're in space. Yes.
I think you know which icon I need.
It's fine.
How are we surviving the jump?
You're getting vac suits.
I
Unless...
can make it so you guys don't need to breathe and give you barriers.
Let's also have the text.
I would also like the suits, please.
Yeah, you guys are getting exosuits. Nothing quite as fancy as what the Star Command squad is doing. But if you guys want to put points into getting that gear, you guys can get up to it.
I do believe Muriel would.
Dr. Boy probably would as well.
Would I just piggyback into someone else's suit?
Yes, you could.
Do they have a suit for me?
They can fit you into something.
Okay. Does that mean I get to... Can I not bring my armor for this one, then?
I mean, so the exosuits that you guys are going to be getting for this jump do not give you any defense boost, so it's effectively you're shedding them as soon as you get there and are going to be back in your normal equipment.
Okay, that'll work.
Because, like, I'm not going to be that cruel to you guys.
Not give us new armor completely randomly when we had no idea where it was going.
That would have also been pretty cruel, in my opinion, because, you know, you spent time enchanting a bunch of stuff last time around.
I also found the spell I need to learn for the point of actually giving Wex what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Make your saddle lives weigh half as much.
Yeah, bags of holding are nice.
Yeah.
Not weigh 0, weigh half.
Considering his lifting capacity.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the lieutenant's gonna walk over to you guys and point at Taran and say, "Is he a Keyblade wielder?"
He's
No.
a warrior who has a sword.
Is he actually a warrior? You guys are gonna watch Taran as...
Like, kinda.
Doing the wavy hand thing?
Okay, is Taran there with us right now?
He's in the same room as you guys, sparring with a trash can.
Hey, Taran, Muriel just used one of her spare weapons and telekinetically strike at him. Defend yourself. Bear in mind, Muriel is not very good at this.
Roll me your telekinetic check.
You pass by 3.
Oh yeah, you disarm him.
I mean, he has some sort of telekinesis magical ability, and like, I'm pretty sure if you threw a rock at him from when he's not facing you, he'd duck.
Really? The lieutenant's gonna pick up a frickin' spare power cell. I just realized this is gonna go very poorly.
Yeah, if he actually blocks and destroys that, that's bad.
He throws a power cell at Taran. Right as it's about to hit his head, he pulls a knife you didn't realize he had on him. It catches it on the blade and deflects it away from him. And then there's an explosion above his head.
Taran did that?
Taran did that. And then the knife immediately goes back, you know, under his shirt, and he goes back to figure out where the hell he threw his sword.
You see, this is why I was trying to teach him how to use short sword.
Taran
You
is...
said a knife? He threw a knife with the force, basically?
No. So the lieutenant threw a power cell at him. He grabbed a knife, like, hidden in his, the back of his pants, deflected the power cell, and then hid it away in the exact same, like, circular movement. And then went back to picking up his sword.
Huh.
Taran's got moves.
But only with knives.
Yeah, it's
Well-
like what his real class is or something.
Let's not have that argument again.
Taran's just gonna kind of walk over and say it.
He's surprisingly competent at 90% of what he does.
It's just the 90% he doesn't want to be competent at.
Should I just like make a lightsaber dagger for him and not tell him it's a dagger? And then he'll be invincible.
You could do that. He's actually going to walk over to Buzz Lightyear and say, "Hello, I'm a Jedi warrior." He's just like, "You don't look like a warrior to me, kid."
Oh no.
I do look...
Let's not have this discussion right now.
I do look like a warrior to you.
Oh no.
Are you fucking kidding?
Izzy, no. Izzy, don't.
What have we realized?
Genie Boy is too smart to be affected by that.
Izzy, please. Please don't.
I don't even need
Not
to...
weak-willed enough. Do not make him.
He's doing it. It's real.
What's that? I'm missing this. What's going on?
He's Jedi mind tricking to be treated like a warrior.
Oh.
I do think you're a warrior, says Booster. Buzz Lightyear smacks Booster, then smacks Taran.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
I love that the pause there let you guys have your minds go to the worst possible scenarios imaginable.
pretty bad scenario.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be worried about this kid going to the dark side, but I think he's too dumb to realize there are sides at all.
You're not wrong.
He's an idiot, but he's mostly good-natured.
Until somebody from the dark side actually gives him the kind of sword he wants.
I don't think anyone can give him the sword he wants.
No. Oh.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do this session? Otherwise, I'm wrapping it after less than 2 hours.
I am fine with that. I need to sleep.
Yeah, I'm good. I will probably send you questions later.
All right.
Like I said, we spent enough time getting to here that I think that doing the drops better next time.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, I'm just gonna give 1 base XP to everybody.
That's fair.
Legit.
Aye.
And then we'll do the questions. So first person. Mute.
So I learned that Terran is stronger than the Force than the rest of us. I learned we're going after it, that the Death Star Star is hopefully something we can deal with, and that there's also not only Wilbur but a princess and potentially other prisoners on board that we can see.
All the prisoners.
Fair enough. Take your +1. Next up. Who's 2?
And we were game one. Were we game 1 base still, or
1 base, yeah. Coco.
I've learned that my kindness has repercussions. I don't know how to feel about Terran. I feel like I should trust Master Yoda. But I'm really afraid this kid is just like a walking bomb at this point. And I don't know what to do about that. I think I'm going to focus on just getting this Infinity Gem back. Also, feel pretty good about being right about distrusting Xanatos a little bit.
Wait, where did this come out?
Xanatos had
Our gummy
Right,
ship's
right,
been bugged since we got it. Xanatos has literally been watching us since session 0.
Yep.
You guys think it's Xanatos. You don't know.
How did he have it bugged before we even
He
met him?
gave it to
Because
us.
he gave us the shell of the ship that I repaired.
Oh, okay.
Remember that was Owen that handed it over to us.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was Owen that gave us the ship technically, but on orders from Xanatos.
Mm-hmm. All right.
If it's someone
it
other
could
than
be-
Xanatos that has the ship bug, it's going to be very confusing on how.
I mean, Owen could also be someone else entirely, and he could just be
Oh.
completely fucking with us.
You know what? I'm sorry. I should have put this in there at some point during this session. I apologize, Dan. You got this in your head at some point.
Oh yeah, they actually didn't get into the commentary this session.
Is it making fun of us for being an idiot?
Probably. I fucking hate your Heartless.
We don't have.
You know what, Dan? Your go. Also, you get this, just because I can.
So yeah, I learned that even more people are watching me than I originally suspected.
Not paranoia if you're correct.
Nope. I need to learn more about how all this tech stuff works, because goddamn, there's so much potential here, and I need to figure out whether or not it's a good idea to give Terran a lightsaber knife. Because he might just be a god among men at that point.
I suppose there are worse ideas you've had.
The good thing is I also do have 2 blue kyber crystals at this point, meaning I could make a double-bladed blue lightsaber. That's tempting.
Mm-hmm. You could.
I suppose there are worse ideas you've had.
Clearly, my lightsaber needs to be green to match the hoodie.
The one Dr. Boy presently has is a green one that he got off of Terran.
Oh, never mind. That is green. So it'll be 2 green.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Would Dr. Boy be able to tell?
Yes.
Only certain dog breeds are colorblind.
He meant because you're black and white.
And on top of that, they also just see colors differently instead of actually being like unable to distinguish, I think.
That's true. I'm also a cartoon.
Yeah. So +1 to you, Dr. Boy. Muriala.
Alright, well, this lightsaber thing is, like, interesting but doesn't make any sense. On the other hand, oh dear, do I have a lot of power literally sitting in my pocket. And even more in the walls. It's gonna be fun, assuming we don't all die. Stupidly. Because we're doing something that Muriel is not entirely sure we're ready for. Well, she is ready for it, and then running through darkness, and, you know, worst comes to worst, she turns herself into a Heartless and survives that way. That won't be the worst possible ending.
I will fucking kill you if you do that, I swear to God.
Better than dying.
Nick, I have not invested this much time in saving you for you to kill yourself.
No, this was trying to save everyone and then that miserably failing because of what you saw on the other side of the portal to darkness.
Which you neglected to share with the party.
Oh, yeah, no, the place we're currently in is surrounded by towers.
Surrounded by what?
The giant tower Heartless that kill everything?
Demon towers?
Yep. That's the one.
Alright, take your +1. Alrighty, next up, Webby.
What did I learn today? What did I learn today? Well, I guess I learned what our battle plan is for taking out the Death Star. And that there are more people we need to rescue besides just Wilbur on this ship. The Keyblade can block lightsabers, which is important. But I probably need to keep blinking it in and out to refresh it because it might not last multiple blows.
Alright, take your +1.
Woo!
And, Basil.
Hey. Well, I missed a good but, I learned that for some reason people think that I'm a tactical mastermind. There's a non-zero chance that it might be along the lines, but I learned they're spacemen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I would have been really interested to learn that whole thing with the ship being bugged, and thus all the implications of our actions and conversations being known despite it not being mentioned. So let's count that as something, and maybe I'll see if I can go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you had that realization in character, and yeah, it goes back all the way to the beginning.
The first
I'd probably start trying to remember okay, every time we've seen him, how has this impacted how he's spoken to him?
One thing you would remember, and you're smart enough to remember, is he has claimed to not know what Keyblades were and that they were fantasies. So
he lies profusely.
The second session, Webby popped her Keyblade into existence in the ship.
We had that entire showdown in session 7 where all the Keyblades came out and secrets came out and we got sucked into the book, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, that was pretty much everybody, playing their A game. The fact that there's a mouse on the ship that can, control Heartless is on those cameras.
That ship has always been our haven. Well, that ship's always been our haven of secrets.
Yep.
We specifically went there so Xanatos wouldn't be able to watch us, remember?
Yep.
I can't tell you how I had to mute myself to make sure I didn't laugh when you guys did that some of the time. Let's talk on the ship when we're away from Xanatos' ears. Okay. And I believe that's everybody. Take your +1, Devin. And now it's time for the question. Oh, the question.
Oh. Sorry, I just realized how terrifying that magic sword Miriala has is when she's in this form.
Mm-hmm. And now it's time for the vote. So, who had the biggest no, why realization this session?
Oh. Yeah, I know who I'm answering for this.
I have my answer.
I missed the actual moment, but I'm pretty sure I know who the answer is.
I feel like this one's a very obvious answer.
Whatever. If it's 100%, then we can argue that the person gets it 2 points again.
True.
I don't know. I've been a little out of it. I feel like I might have missed this one.
I did love last session's no.
Clearly, Admiral Akbar.
But he knows it's a trap. He's not going to be surprised.
That's true. He
You-
always knows it's a trap.
You have to have your Admiral Akbar cereal. Your tongue can't repel flavor of this magnitude.
No, I can't.
All right. I still see typers. Alrighty, voting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey!
Well, Dr. Boy wins.
Dr.
Yep.
Boy, you win. Take your +1.
Yay.
Are we going off the shipping bug for that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
My poor ship.
What was Muriala? Why did Muriala, Coco, and Basil?
I went with
I can understand Koku getting a vote from what happened to Terran.
I went
That,
with, I don't know
yeah.
if she's accepted the realization yet, but that her boss has been spying on her from the beginning.
I went with Basil because of his own reaction to being bugged and just the implications of it on a large scale.
I'm gonna point out the idea that Xanatos stuck a scrying sensor on Muriel is something she's just like, oh yeah, that seems like something he'd do.
You should have issues with this.
There's a reason why I periodically dispel myself.
Why do you trust all the worst people?
Because Moriala is the worst.
Muriel's a big problem. Understands zero about tech. Does not realize that you can spy on people without magic.
I'll give you this one last thing before we head out for the day. As you guys are all getting ready to like get into your ship for the drop thing, and the Thunder Squad and the Space Rangers are going to be joining you guys as well because they figure only one ship will have a better chance of getting close and not getting shot out of the sky if other things are running distraction. But as you guys are going, you guys see Porkins looking back and kind of like giving you guys a salute with one hand and a bottle in the other, chugging it before Hera smacks the bottle out of his hand, and then he walks over to one of the strangest ships in the entire fleet. Does anybody here know what a V-Wing looks like?
Nope.
Yeah, I believe so.
That is.
Or am I thinking of the...
I just looked it up. That's odd.
Yeah, it is if you ask anybody, like, as you see it, it is considered one of the fastest ships, for a starfighter thing, and it does this by overclocking the engines and having absolutely no shields.
You know what?
Yikes.
Huh. I've driven that in one of the Star Wars Battlefront games.
Death-defying breath on him. If he gets knocked down to negative HP, he's healed back up to full.
So he's going to die immediately again in the vacuum of space.
She doesn't know. No, space is an ocean, Izzy. He just has to hold his breath and swim.
How are you so smart and so dumb at the same time?
We've been over this already.
We have.
Muriella is only smart in the magic sense of the word, not in the science sense of the word.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna... These people are with you. Kronk will stay on the ship with R2 and C-3PO.
He's got to make spinach puffs for everyone.
Yeah. Admiral Akbar's over here.
Also, when I get some downtime with Kronk, I need to teach him how to make Gishel green puffs.
If you gave him the Geishel greens, he could probably make them.
I will.
Also, as your ship takes off, the last thing you guys notice is Taran just pops out of the background saying, "So, we ready to do this?" You did not see...
Yeah, let's do it.
You did not see him board with you guys.
Of course we didn't.
Oh, wait, he's with us? Jeez, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
He's going with the Thunder Squad. That is what Dr. Boy declared.
That's what I suggested.
Oh, he
I
totally...
think he's going to save all their lives.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about this session before I call it to a close?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I'm giving all of you a bunch of activated buffs. You better think of badass names for what they're gonna be, otherwise it's going to be a name Muriala gives.
We'll figure it out later.
What do you mean?
With the exception of Coco, who can only say work.
If you say blood-curdling scream, it's a trigger word that activates it, the power you're getting.
Oh,
You
okay. I'm Kawaii for my trigger.
Can you say things that are not work?
All right.
There are two things Chocobos can say. I have chosen one of them. I don't use the other one because I don't agree with the translation most of the time.
Okay. Coco is getting Kawaii purely because Uriel actually recognizes the fact that he cannot say cool words.
All right. If there's nothing else, say goodnight to the recording, everybody.
Good night to the recording.
Good night, recording.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
Recording.